welcome to Season 1, Episode 7 of our journey from obscurity to Champions League glory. With Solihull Moors, and since you were last with me, form has been flaky, but we've made some changes. You were last with me for the terrible episode where we lost 8-0 to Maidenhead and 3-4 to Barrow. Since then, we lost the next 3 games and we looked abysmal. We continued with that defensive strategy we've been employing that got us these good results around here, but had let us down, and that stretch of 5 games took us back into the relegation zone, took us back into trouble. I then went to a counter-attacking style against Woking and we won, and we got a good 2-2 draw against Dagenham Ridge, both of who are far ahead of us in the league. And so today we play Bromley at home and Ebbsfleet away. The team I'm picking for today is as follows. We've got O'Brien, Leigh, Keller, Flanagan, Wakefield. Michael is back from his injury. I don't know whether you were there. He got injured and missed a couple of games. Carvel and Carline. Phillips out on the left. Aflan and Babish. You may be wondering where Sean St. Ledger has gone. His contract, weirdly, ran out in February and he has gone off to North America. So that's the team we're starting with. Let's get into the game. They're playing the 4-3-3 wide formation. As you can see from the league table here, down on the left-hand side, we're now outside the relegation zone thanks to that 3-1 win and the 2-2 draw. We're 1 point outside the relegation zone, so we could easily slip back in today, or we could try and kick on and get away from it. Anything is possible. And straight early on in the game, it's pretty even. Looking at the shots, no real chances. But here's one. It's our corner. Michael, he's got Carval out on the right if he wants to use him. He does. But we lose it, and is this going to be a counter-attack? No, Wakefield picks it up, puts it back in. This could well be a good chance for them, and they are through with Hepburn Murphy, who shoots, and O'Brien lets it in at his near post. Got a hand to it, just couldn't keep it out. That's poor. You expect better from somebody who's one of the better goalkeepers in the division. You know, he should be saving that. We had a real problem with morale. The dressing room atmosphere, as I showed you at the end of the last episode, is really low. It's really low. I went around trying to praise a few people on their training, on their training, and most of them didn't even want to know. They really, you know, were feeling like the team's letting them down. They're feeling like just there's a poor dressing room atmosphere. Maybe that's because we have got quite a big squad. But that's with the under-23s, under-18s included, so. Well, Babos is in. Great ball from Flanagan, and Babos equalises just before half-time. I know that it's taken a while. I've flitted in and out of playing this counter-attacking idea. I know counter-attacking is the way I want to play, but it's how high do I put that defensive line? You know, or how far back do I put it? Do we put it all the way back and try and hit sort of over the top, perhaps, you know, get them pushing on a lot more? Or is our defence not good enough? Do we try and keep it higher and play a standard but sort of fast, direct approach? And it's trying to find that balance. And we've flitted in and around in a defensive and standard and counter-attacking a few times. And I think only now we shot and Babos scores. Not the best camera angle from the director there, but we should see a replay because that's now 2-1, and Babos has got both goals. And no, we're not going to have the same camera angle. It's frantic inside the box, but Babos puts it away, and that's 2-1. Yeah, Meckel's got injured. Just as I say, he comes back from injury, he gets injured again. Green's going to come on and he's going to play as a defensive winger. Maybe counter-attacking is the right way for us to play. And I know it is the right way to play, but how counter-attacking and how defensive? Defensive is also counter-attacking for people who perhaps don't follow Football Manager as well. It does say, overwhelmingly defensive, but with fast breaks and attacking. So for Afalan, Afalan does really well, and that is a superb goal. And this could be 3 games without a loss. At a really crucial time. I'll wait for this replay to be over, and I'll show you what that does to the league table. That's really nice play from Afalan. He's only 19. We've just signed him down to a new 2-year contract. So he is at 19. He's just going to get better and better and better, and he's going to be somebody that we can beat a team around. Of course, Babos is only here on loan, and that's a penalty. Babos should step up to try and convert the hat trick. This would move us to 3 points. Good goal, hat trick for Babos. That win is putting us 3 points ahead of relegation, and again gets us ahead of Torquay and keeps us in that pack with sort of Maidstone, Boreham Wood, and there's that pack just above the relegation zone. There's now a few points gap between the relegation and safety, so we want to really be part of that pack, where one win on the last couple of games can really make a difference. And Afalan is in again, and Gregory with a good save. But this has been a really, really strong performance. And with 75 minutes on the clock, I think we're now going to make some changes. Liam Daly's going to come on for Keller, and Coyle is coming on for Carline. Carvel over to Carline, wins another corner. It's been a really strong performance. Oh, and Lay's just been injured, and we've just made the substitute, so we're actually now down to... we're going to have to go to a 4-man defence. Knock him back down to a defensive winger. Move him back down to defensive winger. He's got Babos with him. If he wants, he uses Phillips, who finds Babos with an amazing ball, and he should have scored. And hopefully this is just the final highlight, the final whistle highlight, and I think it is. And that is a superb win, 4-1 against a very good Bromley side. And that now, as I say, keeps us in 19th point, 3 ahead of the relegation zone. Bromley, for those of you who were wondering, are actually 23rd, so we should have won. We were expected to win. Our next game now is the game at Ebbsfleet, so we'll be back for that. And so we're back. We're here, ready to go to Ebbsfleet for our second game of the day. The only change, the 2 changes that we've made is, of course, Leahy is injured on the left back, so Flanagan comes in, and Michael is injured at right midfield, so Green comes in and we switch that to a defensive winger. We're sticking on counter, and we're going to get into the game. Straight in, straight ready. We're on a good run. We've picked up 7 points in 9 out of a possible 9, and I'm happy. I'm very happy with where things are at the moment. A win, just keeps us clear of that relegation zone, away from Flyde, which is absolutely crucial. I'm gonna make a prediction. I don't know how true it is. I don't know whether it's wise to say this at this point, and I'm gonna not say it anymore. No, I'm gonna say it. We've hardly been in the relegation zone all season. We've been the better team. We've been just outside. I mean, we've popped our head in a couple of times. We've dipped in, but we've been in it. We must have been in it for what, a total of 2 games all season. So for us to go down this year, I think would be unbelievably unfair, if I'm honest. I don't see us as being a team that deserves to go down. I wouldn't mind going down. I've never been afraid of relegation in any game. I mean, I don't face it very often, but relegation often allows you to rebuild teams how you want. This is a team that has some good players, very good players far too good for this league, mixed with players who are just nowhere near good enough. And I generally prefer a more even spread of talent, but nearly scored. And maybe going down would allow us to readdress that. I mean, I think we can readdress that over the summer anyway, but going down might allow us to just start again. And it should be pointed out that Solihull only came up 2 years before we took over, so they're not a team used to, or it's just a second year in the National League. So they're still a team that's probably expecting and used to playing in the league below. It's 1-0. It's been an even-ish game. I think Ebbsfleet probably just being the better side, probably just deserving of a 1-0 lead. I'm a big tea drinker. You'll get used to that. I love a cup of tea. Milk, no sugar. I think some credit's got to go to Ebbsfleet's defence. They're sitting off, and we're not really getting many runs in behind. But then neither are they, so who knows? Green coming forward. Green wins the header again. Babos, and this time we are in. If he can find a pass, which he can't. Green, Carvel. He can find a pass, and Afalan is in, and Boney makes his second good save of the day. We've now had more shots on target. Only by one, but we have. That's it. They've had one shot on target and scored 2 goals. No, they haven't. They've only scored 1 goal. I thought we were 2-1 down. We're not. We're 1-0 down. I'm paying attention. My tea's too nice. That's the problem. One day I'll show you the setup I've got here. I've actually got 3 monitors. I like a monitor. And once we get the channel up and going and people, are starting to take a bit more interest, I'll do a setup of my setup. I'll show you my setup, and so you can see that although it's not very professional, I'm actually watching football at the same time as recording this. I won't tell you who's playing in case you're trying to avoid the score. I hate that. Occasionally I try and avoid scores, watch Match of the Day without knowing the score, and so to try and waste the time, I watch a couple of YouTube videos and somebody mentions the score, and it's no, don't do that. It's a fictional world. I mean, it's more important than the real world, but it's fictional, I want to live in that world. We're playing rather well. We're not perhaps setting the world alight, but generally I'm quite happy with this performance. We've caused them problems. Can we get a goal to level it off? We can get a goal to level it off, and that is excellent. Afalan again showing why we decided to put faith in him and give him a new contract. And that point could make a big difference to our hope if we manage to hang on to a point. Ebanks Blake, of course, formerly of Wolves, where he scored, where he was top goal scorer in the Championship season, the year Wolves won it, back in 2009, I think, with a wonderful strike partnership with Sylvan Ebanks Blake and Chris Iwelumo, or Iwelumo, for those who don't know how to pronounce his name. And that is just an unbelievable finish. Phillips, I don't see that as his fault. I mean, you've got to wonder, is the right back playing him on? That's disappointing, because I don't think we've deserved that. They probably have been the slightly better side, but to come back into it the way we did. Afalan, I thought for a second it was in. This could just be the final highlight. But it's been certainly an improvement over the last episode you saw. Certainly improved performances. definitely, undoubtedly an improved result. 3 points from this episode. We are now outside the relegation zone. It looks like it being closed from the last shot I screen. Yeah, so they've closed it now to 1 point difference down to Dover. We've got 13 games to go, so I think probably 2 more episodes this season. In that case, what I think I'll do is I'll show you Torquay and Halifax Town, and then we'll do Flyde and Eastleigh to finish off. Eastleigh riding high in the table, that's not going to be an easy one. They knocked us out of the FA Trophy 2-1. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So we'll do Torquay and Halifax, and then Flyde and Eastleigh is the last 2. I hope you've enjoyed that episode. If you've liked it, give us a like. If you want to see what happens on our challenge to try and take Solihull up and our career to try and win the Champions League, subscribe, and thank you for watching.